Yeah, because your TikTok is like huge. You have hundreds of thousands of TikTok followers, don't you? But does the TikTok stuff transition to YouTube and that and all the other shit? That's my question.
It did.
It did.
To Apple and Spotify way more than YouTube.
Really?
Yes. So I knew that there was, I think about this a lot because some of it still doesn't make sense to me and there's a lot I don't know. But I did know that pre-pandemic, I want to say it was like maybe 25-30% of podcast consumers consumed video. So they consumed on YouTube, right? It's probably higher now because more people have home offices. Mm-hmm. They throw it on the screen over there, right? And I could never figure that out because I'm like, I never did that. Like to this day. Like now when I sit in the studio, yeah, I'll throw it on. But so I guess technically I am, but I'm never looking at it. Very rarely. Like there has to be a really poignant moment. Like when you had the, what was the girl's name who had the baby in jail?
Oh yeah, Jessica Kent.
Yeah. So like I remember I was doing work. I had that on the third screen over there in the studio. Mm-hmm. And then she got to a moment where she talked about when they were going to take the baby away from her in the hospital. Mm-hmm. That I turned to. Because like you can hear it. Right. And she, you know, she's like trying to not get emotional about it. Right. So like that's nice to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But I was subscribed to like 137 podcasts. Like yeah. I'm a podcast head and I never did that. So I'm like, well, these people got to be out there. You know, they're doing it. So I could never figure out how to translate it to YouTube. And with TikTok, what would happen was I wanted people to see that this was like a legit production. So I'd put the link to YouTube only in there. So I didn't want to make them have to click twice.
Like in the profile or in the actual post?
Okay. You can't put it in the post.
Right, okay.
So my profile, I would put it. And I didn't want them to have to click to a Beacons page and then find another link. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I'm just going to give them YouTube. It says on the corner of my video, Apple, Spotify, YouTube. So I'll let them figure it out. And what I found is pretty much like fans, people who became fans would come in there and grateful for this, by the way, and they'd hit subscribe on YouTube, but that's not where they would consume it. They would go to Apple and Spotify. Mm-hmm. So I started charting on Apple at least. I don't know about Spotify, but started charting in the U.S. on Apple, and I still was at the time, I think I was at 6,000 subscribers on YouTube, and no one watched there. I had like 50 views an episode, something like that. And then I'm like, you know what? This is fine because we're building in one place. We'll figure it out over here eventually. And what ended up happening is YouTube Shorts started to work. And then that's where I built literally, like, before they started to work, which was about December 1st, I think I had like 15,500 subscribers. And my whole subscriber base has come from that.
From the shorts?
From the shorts.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Which is also, I think it's all good.
That's what Jessica Kent was talking about too. She was talking about the shorts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember. She talked about that. Yeah. And she said that was like, I get good discoverability there. I think she was posting like 4 days a week or something.
Yeah.
But like, you could say it's good and it's bad. I think it's all good because it gets me exposure.
Yeah.
And like, I work for these clips. They're usually about 28 to 47 seconds, somewhere in there. You know, some of them take 25 hours to do. Like, I go all out on them. And so, like, I know now I've seen enough data, like, I know what the bar needs to be at to earn people's time and to earn the right for them to not skip this video. And it works. And so the downside is that for now, YouTube, because, like, I was in a YouTube Shorts pod, too. Like, the company came, I'm in one of those where they, like, we meet, like, once every other week or something, exchange ideas. It's one of the leaders of the Shorts team at YouTube, runs the team, and she's great. But one of the things that YouTube hasn't figured out yet is how to classify Shorts within their algorithm. I'm getting above my pay grade here, but my understanding is that the way the algorithm works is it wants content that's all in the same length zone. Hence why you have, like, Logan Paul has impulsive, but then he has impulsive clips, right? A lot of these channels, they do one and the other. That's because when he posts an episode that's 1.5, 2 hours versus posting a 3-minute clip, YouTube doesn't measure average watch time, I think, before it measures the total watch time on each. So if I watch 100% of a 3-minute clip on YouTube, that's great, right? If the audience is watching an average of 100%, you have a perfect clip.
Right.
That's 3 minutes. Now I post an hour-and-a-half episode. Let's say you have great on an hour-and-a-half episode where some people just click and don't watch. You have a great watch time. You have 45 minutes of watch time on that. So you have 50%. YouTube doesn't give you credit for the fact that you have 50% on an hour-and-a-half video and someone stayed on their app for 45 minutes.
Right.
Because they're rectifying it with, well, it was
percentage.
3. It was 3 over here.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's 45 here. So then the numbers get fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is now I built this subscriber base on YouTube, which has helped on Apple and Spotify, which is great. And it's helped on YouTube, and I have way higher numbers than I did. But I don't go into a lot of people's feeds. My ultra fans, like the people who are literally refreshing to like wait for the next thing that drops, they all get it because they have notifications on the whole 9. But most people, I don't go in their feed yet because YouTube goes, oh wait, he posted a 3-hour episode. Don't put that one in there. Then I post a 30-second short. Oh, put that one in there.
Oh, so your channel's basically like optimized for shorts.
Yes.
Got it.
But it's giving me all the exposure.
Right.
So like some of the shorts creators in the pods will complain about this so much because their shorts, they don't get any views on their regular content or whatever. But I'm like, first of all, YouTube's paying us for these shorts. Could it be more? Maybe, but like they're paying out. It's a big fund, so they are paying out a lot of money. I'll give them credit. So you're making money, and you're getting exposure. You have to be able to capitalize on that exposure somehow, even if it's going to be longer, harder work. Like for now, the way I got to do it is I got to get way bigger to get to a point where I split it up and ask people to go to another channel too. I'm very conscious of that. I don't want to have them do that yet.
Cannibalize it?
Yeah. So I'm like, well, I know I can get exposure with these shorts. So guess what, bitch? You got to fucking make a couple shorts a week, and that's most of your week, but just do it, So I think that's a good trade.
It's incredible, man. What you're doing is insane, especially the amount of work that you put into those things. And another thing is most podcasts aren't even on YouTube. Like a lot of big podcasts. That's one thing that was hard for me was discovering podcasts that weren't on YouTube because I still don't know how to find them.
You were one of those guys. You were one of the YouTube heads with podcasts.
Yeah, I mean, I was YouTube before podcasts. So like all I cared about was getting my shit to get viewed on YouTube.
Yeah. I don't know.
Are you one of those guys that's like super analytical? Like, do you go into like the numbers and watch like how far they watched and like, okay, right there they stopped. I got to figure out what I did wrong right there. Maybe like adjust that a little bit.
Oh fuck yeah!
You're super analytical, right?
In my life, I'm not good at screenshotting shit, but on YouTube and TikTok, I'm good at screenshotting shit. So I go in. I have a drill. Like I try to live by this with certain things. I'd rather be looking at it than looking for it. So I remember there were some early shorts videos that started to go that were at a similar time period where they started to go. And I hadn't screenshotted some of my analytics data from shorts like a month before. And I'm like, never again. So now every time I go in there, it's like speed demon. Like I go into that YouTube Studio app. I can't because it's on airplane mode right now. Mm-hmm. But I go into that app and like I click the video, boom, boom, boom. Screenshot. I have the screenshot of the time, obviously, when I did it. Mm-hmm. It shows, I get the screen of how far into the video it is. So is it 7 days and 20 hours at this point? I'm screenshotting it. It gives me the percentage watch time. It gives me the number of, I get the screenshot of the page that has the number of comments that were on it, the number of likes so I can get a ratio. I go look at the number of subscribers who have subscribed on the basis of this video. I will go screenshot the relevant episode to see where those views are being translated. So like, is a short translating to people going to the episode? I want to know that, right? Because I want to know what ones work, what ones don't. But yeah, I do a lot of that.
Yeah, you're going deep on it.
Yeah.
Do you build like spreadsheets and like break all this stuff down? No. Okay. You just remember. You just look at the screenshots and you know what the fuck you got to do next.
It's up here, and then like if I'm thinking about a specific thing, I will go back into those screenshots, and I have a photographic memory, so I'll be like, okay, the Raj video from a month ago, that was roughly around the time I screenshotted this other thing. Let me go find that. Okay, I remember there was like a 91.8% watch time at like 400 viewers, and then at 4,000 it was the same. Like, and then I'll go confirm that, and then I want to see where it was at 400,000. How much did it fluctuate? Did it go off 91.8 or whatever it was to 91.4, or did it flip around and still go way up in views, but it's down at 89% watch time?
Yeah.